Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is JGOD. In today's video, I'm going to show off a couple different things. We actually have the nighttime firing range, as well as a brand new featured game mode, Safeguard. And if you've been playing Call of Duty since at least Black Ops 3, you should be familiar with this mode because it was available in that game. And in case you're not really sure how it works, pretty much you just escort a drone from point A to point B, and pretty much you have to be in very close proximity to it or it will not walk. If it does take a certain amount of damage, it will shut down and you'll have to stand next to it while it reboots. Once it reboots, it will begin another walking phase. And pretty much that cycle continues until you reach the objective. If you're on offense, you're obviously trying to get it from point A to point B. If you're on defense, you're trying to stop them from getting it from point A to point B. More than likely, what will end up happening is you'll be able to escort the drone all the way to the objective. Then the enemy team will have an opportunity to do the exact same thing. And more than likely, they will escort the drone all the way to the objective because it's pretty hard to stop them unless you're a well-organized team or the enemy team is just bad. Pretty much once that's done, then it'll be a time trial for the third round and the fourth round. But pretty much you'll have the opportunity to escort the drone. Whatever time it takes you to escort that drone, the enemy team will have to beat that time or they lose. So that's pretty much the gist of the game mode. If you have any additional questions, leave them down in the comment section below. And if you have played this mode before, are you a fan of this mode, or is it just one of those modes that is kind of a throwaway mode that you don't really touch once you've played it a couple times? Love to know down in the comment section below. At this point, what I'm going to do is transition to a gameplay breakdown because I enjoy doing that on my channel. So if at any point you do enjoy the video, please remember to hit that like button. And if you're brand new to the channel, I typically cover Call of Duty content related to news, in-game updates, best class setups, subscriber breakdowns, as well as other tip and trick videos on how to improve at Call of Duty. If any of that seems interesting to you, make sure you subscribe and turn those notifications on. Let's go ahead and get into the breakdown. And one thing I did want to point out, in case you guys didn't already notice, I ended up in a lobby with another YouTuber on my team just by complete luck. And that particular YouTuber is Swagg. He has about 500,000 subscribers and makes a ton of awesome Call of Duty content. So I'm going to link his channel down in the description. If you've never heard of him, definitely go check him out. And if you guys are interested in me doing a breakdown of his particular gameplay from this match, make sure you spam that down in the comment section below so I know if that's something you guys would like to watch. So now that we've won that first round, what you'll notice, I pushed to the objective heavily knowing that they're going to be standing by the actual bot. I come around the corner, go ahead and peek it to this left side, see if I can pick off some easy kills. Right here, pretty straightforward. They're all looking down range. I'm able to get some pretty clean shots there. If I had hybrid mags, I probably would have been able to take out that last guy. But since I ran out of ammo, I had to switch that up just a little bit. So I continue to peek this left side, and at this point I'm pretty much just trying to go for streaks because a lot of times in these types of round-based objective modes, you're going to want to have your streaks so you can guarantee victory in the later rounds. So obviously right there I died basically because the 9-bang and I didn't have tac mask equipped, but pretty much you can see where they're all located. They're all kind of pushing through this general area, and then what ends up happening is based off the particular robot's location that you actually have to guard, it'll actually flip the spawns pretty much as soon as it gets that halfway point. It starts rotating it to the opposite spawns where you initially started, and you can see they're all pretty much coming from this front direction, kind of where I'm looking right now, and to the left. So as I come out, I get this easy kill here, then I rotate back to the trailer so I can kind of get a sight line of the actual objective and kind of pay attention to what my acoustic sensor is telling me. So I go ahead and rotate to this particular sight line, because if they're going to run out, they're pretty much going to run right into my sight line and not have too much cover. And that's the key when you have gunfights. You want to have better than 50-50 odds for a majority of the gunfights. That's how you'll chain these streaks together. You can see how I take that sight line. I'm able to shoot the guy. If I miss a couple shots, they start getting shots on me. All I got to do is strafe over to the side and I'm protected. You see Swagg going off with that Tempest. It's pretty ridiculous how overpowered that Tempest is in the right hands. You're going to see a lot of good players get tons of feeds with that type of thing. And right here you can see how I'm rotating pretty much from the trailer back to the sight line, back to the trailer. It kind of depends on where my teammates are positioned, but throughout the match you got to continually make these judgment calls, and that's pretty much what you do on this type of match. Pretty much works for almost all the modes because the spawns kind of designate what's going on. But based off where the bot is, that's going to tell you specifically what's going to happen around the map. So right here, I know that the guy is on this left side. So I go ahead and peek this window, get an easy sight line, take that guy out rather easily. I can see my teammates on the far right, and I have teammates on the far left. So pretty much they should be running through this center area. I go ahead and rotate back since it looks like there's a void on this side. And that void was created because my teammate ran all the way through the spawn. I don't know if they were trying to get a hard flank or whatever the case is. But as that teammate progressed all the way around the map, they basically created that void because they were initially on that right side and then they moved and rotated. So right here you can kind of see what's happening. They're all going for this middle area. I have a pretty good sight line on this one on the left as he comes around. Go ahead and take them out, and you can see now I'm very close to my streaks. And the important part is that I get all 3 of my streaks so that these future rounds will be a little bit easier. I would say that the vast majority of these matches really come down to that 3rd and 4th round where you actually have to race which team has the better time. See, I took out the bot there, disabled the robot, and then I took out a couple enemies. So now we're on a good spot right here. I just got to play as safe as possible because the actual strike team will help in actually protecting the bot in the later round. Obviously on certain maps where it's a little bit larger and maybe the route's a little bit longer, it's going to be a lot easier to maybe shut down the actual robot. But in this particular case, the map is so small, the route was so short, that pretty much they're going to get into the objective more than likely with still a minute and a half left. And the main reason it's so difficult to actually stop this bot once it gets to this point is because the enemy is literally spawning there. So they have the numbers. If you die, you're going to spawn out. So pretty much the attackers always have the advantage when it gets to these particular scenarios. So now that we're in the 3rd round, it really comes down to how fast we can actually push the drone all the way across the map. Already called in my strike team, been successful enough to drop my ammo pack to get that initial score to put me over the top. And once we get the strike team, we'll be able to get that map control. But the thing you always got to worry about is all those specialists. I was really concerned that the battery on the other team was just going to destroy my strike team. So I had to be very cautious with how I position. Seeing if I could get a sight line to him on the left, but it just didn't work out as I was trying to pre-aim that left side. Looks like the spawns are already starting to rotate. You can see how far the bot is. It hasn't moved a great deal, but the spawns have already rotated. So now I know when they're in this general area, I gotta go ahead and push to a safer location. Initially when I make this push for the trailer, I only thought there was 1 person in there. So when I came around, I ended up getting destroyed. I probably would have lost that fight anyways because I was a little bit lower health. But at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. I already had my streaks. They've already been called in. And now you can see where the spawns are. I actually spawned out on this side. So now we got to position in a way that's going to allow this bot to get escorted as fast as possible. And since I do have a teammate already next to the particular robot escorting, what I do is I push up so I can actually get a little bit more map control and make it easier for my team to make that push. As the guys come around, they're absolutely getting destroyed, and they continue to spawn in this back corner. Still have the strike team running around. It looks like they spawned mid-map just because we all rotated into their spawn. They did have to spawn out. And since our robot is already past halfway, we're in a pretty good position to continue to control the lobby. You can see where we're spawning out. We're all spawning in that back spawn, pretty much where the robot is headed. So we should be in a pretty good spot. But since we're not really dying at this point, we don't have anyone literally spawning in. So that's why I'm peeking that particular area. It looks like someone on their team finally killed one of my strike team. And we're pretty much just positioned here. We got an attack chopper in the air. But we are starting to get pinched, and then we get cluster naded. So that's another death from a specialist thing. So I've died a few times literally from specialists, and I will die yet again from another specialist thing, which I couldn't even see the tripwire, which you'll see it's popping up pretty soon. So all we got to do right here is pretty much wait for the robot to reboot, and then pretty much we'll walk forward with it. And like I said, as soon as we actually start spawning in this area, it looks like they're flanking really hard around the outside of the map. And then I end up dying by that trip mine, like I already mentioned. And you'll notice where I spawned in, which is pretty much a good indicator that the match is already won. All I got to do is rotate around, go ahead and peek this side. There's going to be people running around trying to fight the objective, able to take out that shield guy. And you can see we have spawns. Pretty much there's almost no chance they're going to have an opportunity to come around and take us out. This guy does come around the back, and that's pretty much it. So not necessarily the best time, but we did end up with a time of about 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and that's what the enemy team has to beat. And for this particular round's opening rush, you can see I went trailer instead of the outside left side. Either way, I probably would have got the same number of kills, but I probably would have ran into this guy and ended up low ammo. Luckily, the guy ran right into me, able to melee him and get that easy kill. So all we got to do here is pretty much shut him down, and it's not hard. They literally have to stand next to the objective, which makes it so easy when they're on this side of the map. But once they get past halfway, that's where the challenge comes in because of the spawn flip. So I will point out that if you are interested in just going for as many kills as possible, which a lot of people are that care about high kill games, you can actually elongate the match as much as possible. All you really got to do is in the first round, you make it take as long as possible for you to get to the objective, ideally in that 4 minutes and 30-second mark. You let the enemy team pretty much do the same thing. And then as soon as it gets to that 4 minutes and 30-second mark, just let them walk in with the bot, not an issue. And if your enemy team is pushing the objective for that third round, let them take as long as possible. Just shut them down, make it so it's like closer to that 4 minutes and 30-second mark, then pretty much let them walk in. And then when it's your particular turn, all you got to do is just slay out the entire match, call in all your streaks. When there's only about 30 seconds to a minute left, you push your bot all the way to the objective. And I bring up that aspect because I know there's a bunch of people that are going to be doing that. If you end up in a lobby like that, just be aware that is what's going to happen. People will not play the objective. People care more about kills than actually winning matches. But in the end, as long as you win, who really cares? So as you can see from the clock, they got about a minute left and they really haven't moved the bot much at all. See, I go ahead and take that guy out. I'm on my Merciless. I already got my little drone squad, and then I do have that Hellstorm. So in case there's a lot going on, I can actually shut him down. I was hoping there'd be more, but it didn't really lock on at all. I'm literally on the guy and I get that one kill. So that was kind of a waste of a streak. Only about 140 off that next strike team. And as you can see, the bot is still not moving. With only 40 seconds, it's pretty much inevitable that we've already won this match. I go ahead and push this particular part of the map, seeing if I can get any easy kills. I go ahead and shoot that guy in the back, and for whatever reason, I only get the assist. And we're still just positioned here, 27 seconds. There's not really much they can do. Even if they were sprinting with that bot, it cannot make it across the map that fast. Go ahead and heal all my teams, call in that strike team. They take at least 20 seconds to come in, so pretty much I won't even see them on the map. And hopefully that explained how to play Safeguard in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. So if at any point you did enjoy the video, please hit that like button. And if you're brand new to the channel and you stuck around to the end, make sure you subscribe with notifications on by ringing that bell. Also, don't forget to comment in the comment section below. We'll see you guys on the next one. Appreciate the support. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.